switch this on.
That wasn't aimed at you.
I wasn't aimed at anybody eating right now. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to this extraordinary full council meeting today. We have no members of the public here, so we can go straight into the agenda. Do we have any apologies for absence?
Apologies for Councillor Harding, Councillor Jane Morgan, and Councillor Atterbury.
Are we happy to receive those? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Are there any declarations of interest that we don't already know of? No. Okay, in that case, let's go to the substantive item on the agenda, which is the Buckingham Neighbourhood Development Plan, and to agree to submit the draft Buckingham Neighbourhood Development Plan to Buckinghamshire Council. Councillor Cole.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, councillors. Thank you all for your forbearance in attending this extraordinary full council tonight. It is indeed a momentous occasion after 2 years of work, which started in January 2023, to bring our revised neighbourhood plan to this point, at which we're submitting it to Buckinghamshire Council for final approval. Members should all have seen this afternoon's email from Steve with the changes made on Monday night, to which they agreed. There should be no need to discuss them further, and I'd ask members only to note them. Should there be any typographical errors in the final reading by officers tomorrow, I'd ask members to delegate to them any corrections deemed necessary. Assuming that this council tonight agrees to submit our draft Buckingham Neighbourhood Development Plan to the council, this is what will happen. It must be submitted to Buckinghamshire Council by first thing this Friday morning, 6th of December. This will enable Buckinghamshire Council to start the Regulation 16 consultation on Thursday, the 12th of December. That will run for 8 weeks and should have an end date of 6th of February. This, when in itself, stops speculative planning applications. They can continue to be made, but what it does mean is that the matter of prematurity and weight to policies in the emerging plan should be considered and given weight in any planning decisions now made. Whilst the official trigger date for these matters to be given weight is the end of the Regulation 16 period, which is the 6th of February, most decisions from now on are forecasted very close to this date. And O'Neill Homer's advice to us is to start using it in responses to planning applications from now on. Leonie notes that the local planning authority has been very supportive, attempting to provide an indicative housing requirement figure to try and bat away aggrieved developers' challenges to the plan during the Regulation 14 consultation, and accommodating the speedier timetable for Regulation 16, and for that our thanks. We hope that the LPA will continue to back up that support during examination. I therefore propose that the Town Council agrees to submit this draft plan to Buckinghamshire Council. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Okay. It's okay. Yes, Councillor Stuttery.
Yeah, well, firstly, I think we should record our thanks to Councillor Mark Cole and Anthony Ralph in the minutes, and all of the Buckingham Society and people involved in it, but particularly two councillors for the work they've done. I'd like to propose that we record that in the minutes, and the working group. Yeah, I think that's irrelevant. Absolutely relevant. The other thing is, this is the second neighbourhood plan that this town council has prepared, and as we have found out, it's been invaluable to have a neighbourhood plan. So that's saying I'm very happy to support the neighbourhood plan. I do believe that at this stage in its Regulation 14, can I see that we are all informed at the receipt of the plan in Aylesbury, and we get written receipt that they've received it, and the date is February, which did you say February?
February 6th.
February
6th of February. It's Regulation 16, Councillor.
February 16, yeah, 16, yeah. And when we get that acknowledgement, we agenda that item at the next appropriate meeting, be that the planning meeting, the town council, just to note it. And at that point, hopefully we can proceed in an orderly fashion to going out submission. And can I ask through the mayor and the chair that if there's any extraordinary stuff that we need to discuss, bearing in mind what's happened in other parts of Buckinghamshire, that we meet very quickly thereafter, know where we're going, to know how to handle that and to know how we're going to deal with it, because we are aware that it has been known that plans have been challenged in Buckinghamshire, so we do need to be wary of that. I can't imagine why anyone would want to challenge it, but they didn't think that in Beaconsfield,
If you
did they?
could come to an end there.
I was coming to the end actually, we've interrupted me, so I'll carry on now then.
Please sit down now.
You do have a habit of interrupting me when you can't finish.
Your 3 minutes were up. So thank you very much for making that point. I have no doubt that we will request the receipt of our submission, that this would be part of the normal process. And thank you.
They are expecting it, the process is all very much
Yeah.
ducks are in.
I also would like to add that if any further discussions or meetings are required, those will be meetings of the full council. Because this is a full council meeting, it's not a planning committee issue. And it's worthwhile reminding us of that, and also we've noted the thanks to all involved in getting the plan to this stage. So we have a proposal to agree to submit the draft Buckingham Neighbourhood Development Plan to Buckinghamshire Council, which has been seconded. Are we ready to go to a vote?
Yes.
All those in favour, please. And that is unanimous. Thank you. This is indeed a momentous. Okay.
I just remind you to vote to direct officers.
Oh, yes, yeah, it has also been proposed to direct officers to deal with any all typos that come to light between now and the submission. All those in favour, please. And again, this is unanimous. Yes, Councillor Cole.
Thank you. In mentioning the officers, I would just like to say thank you so much for all the help that Buckingham Town Council's officers, most notably Steve Beach and Sheila McMurtry, have done, and also to remember that Louise Stubbs was part of the council when she worked so hard on this.
Yeah.
She's now moved over to O'Neill Homer, so to her and to Liani Harm, thanks as well, and thank you very much for your confidence in us.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Statutory.
Yeah, I think it's a momentous occasion. Can I propose that the mayor and the chair of planning do a joint press release on this to make sure that we publicise, and I think it's and the vice chair of planning do a three-way press release on this. It's important because the body of the work, as I said earlier, was done there, and I think it's important that they are part of that press release because it's disrespectful not to respect the amount of time that they've put into it. And I think that could be a three-way press release because the hours that they've put into the plan, it warrants some words from you both.
Yeah. Thank you. That is a very helpful proposal. Thank you.
We haven't voted on it.
No, I don't think we need to vote on this one. We don't need to vote on a press release. We do these as a matter of course, and it has been minuted that of course, you know, the councillors leading on the working group should be quoted in such a press release. I believe this actually brings this meeting to a close. So this must be a record.
Took me longer to get in the meeting.
Yeah.